Hey Virgo, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope that all is well with you. This is the other person reading. It is intended for those that need insight and guidance about an ex-friend, may also be somebody that recently ghosted you, or anybody at all that you are no longer in talking terms with. Please keep in mind that the roles can be vice versa, and do check your other signs for important messages. The cards will illuminate things that you are not seeing at this time, the blind spots and shadow, and hopefully this will give you the clarity that you seek. So without further ado, let's begin. What are the important messages for Virgo dealing with this other person? Spirit, we ask for insight and guidance, please. What does Virgo need to know, need to be aware of at this time? Alright, so the overall energy is the Fool card. You guys are at the precipice of taking a leap of faith into something new. Nine of Pentacles. The person that you're dealing with, it felt like they were too cautious. They're too afraid of giving their heart away. Essentially, they were playing it safe. And I feel like with the Fool card, they recognize this beginning, this potential between you and them. But they're too afraid of losing what it is that they have going right now, whether that's they're focused on their work, whether that's their business. But it could just be in their mind, you know what I mean? It's just something that is quite unfamiliar. This is something all too new for this person. And so their defense mechanism here is to resist the change, right? Somebody wants to stick in their comfort zone. And love sometimes is about taking a risk. And unless you're willing to put a great deal of effort into it, of course, it's just going to remain as a potential. So that's what I'm seeing here. Somebody needs to put more effort into it. What is the heart of the matter? We have the Nine of Wands. They may have also built walls in their heart to keep sadness out and diverted their focus on, building themselves, their career. Okay. But those very walls that they're building to keep the sadness out is what's keeping the joy out as well. The Fool card here is a very free spirit energy, the ability to enjoy life's simple pleasures, to go out in the sun, follow your bliss. And I feel like that's what's missing here for this person. They're too cautious, okay? Fear can be very limiting. We're not able to explore because we believe that once we go outside our comfort zone, we feel very vulnerable. And I feel like that's what's happening here. They're masking their vulnerability by resisting committing and giving their heart. Now the challenge is the Magician. This is your energy. You could also be dealing with another Gemini. So for some of you, you come to realize that you're very like-minded. There are so many things in common with this person. However, the difference is that you're more of an action taker with the Magician. You see the potential, and once you put your mind and heart into it, you focus on it. And I feel like that's what's lacking with this person. Okay, it seems like they have all the resources. You both have, there's nothing getting in between you both but these walls that they built, which is self-imposed. Okay, self-imposed. The Magician is also communication, the need to assert or the need to communicate, be more transparent, the need to address things. And I feel like the burden is because this person is not making it clear with you where you both currently stand. You feel like you are being placed in the dark here, is what I'm seeing. You've been trying to persevere as well, Virgo. For some of you, you just really wanted this person to give it a chance. Before they can say that this is not for them, at least they should put their best effort. But the thing is, they've been playing it safe. What is the root or cause? What is influencing this present situation? We have the Chariot. Yes, they wouldn't see the full potential of this if they don't put their full effort into it. How can you say something is not going to grow, something is not going to go right, if in the beginning you already have your doubts, right? And the mind is very powerful because it shapes your reality. The Magician here speaks of the power of the mind. When you concentrate, when you fully put your effort and energy into something, nurture it, invest a great deal of creative force, then yes, there is limitless potential. This is also marching towards victory, success, being together, being on the same page. So I feel like you're more the courageous person here, Virgo. And I feel like you're more of the risk taker, especially if you put your mind into it. In the beginning, yes, you could also be calculating, what you're getting yourself into. But after that, you follow through. It just feels like this person needs a little bit of push. In the recent past, we have the Ace of Pentacles. So there has already been a proposal that has been made. You may have been the one who presented this offer towards this person. Okay? You've been very patient as well with Ace of Pentacles. I feel like this person needs more trust, more faith in the process. Let's see, what is this person's intention towards you, Virgo? We have the Eight of Wands. Now, this Eight of Wands can mean movement. So they do want to take action, all right? It might also be that after things recently have been pretty stale or stagnant, you might receive unexpected communication from this person, Virgo. Something unforeseen, a plot twist. You may have already realized that this person is just not going to have the confidence that they need to assert themselves and take action towards you. But lo and behold, with Eight of Wands, there might actually be a little bit of effort here on this person's end. However, the thing that you need to understand, Virgo, they're not comfortable with making sweeping changes. This is the type of person that will take small modifications, I feel like. So patience is required here. But of course, that will ultimately be a decision that you need to make if you're willing to wait for somebody. Okay, as long as they make something clear, like this is my priority. Unless I achieve this, I'm not going to be able to fully focus on love. If that's okay with you, then by all means, find a healthy compromise. But for some of you, if this is not something you're comfortable with, it's saying here, Virgo, don't be too hard on yourself. Don't also block the new opportunities that want to come in your life. Just because you have already invested on something, if you feel in your heart, okay, it's time for a different change, a different direction, to open up to something new, then it's your own free will. Okay? I hope this is making sense. In the immediate future, let's see, new energies. Yes, the World card. So there are two definitions to this, because one, it can mean breaking of limitation. Whatever this wall is, it's going to start to break. The situation is going to start to improve and expand. But for others of you, it's also telling yourself, this is already coming to an end. I've already done my part. I'm now closing this chapter of my life to take on that new beginning with somebody else. So it is different from one person to another. Now, how does this person feel about you, Virgo? We have the Seven of Pentacles. So they're making you wait. I also feel like they know you both already have some kind of foundation here, and you've been relentlessly pursuing this, outpour your heart into it. But it feels like they're not quite ready for that next big thing. All right. But this is not to say they're not going to change. The World card is saying here they will, but it's going to really require time. And you both could be in different, stages in your life. Perhaps you are ready, but this person isn't. So it's a matter of timing. And I feel like you're taking a step back to ask yourself, should I keep going this direction, or should I hang the towel and say I've done what I could? So it's important to think things through, Virgo. Make decisions based on your intuition. Don't let fear stop you. Okay, let's see. In the environment, these are people, energies, or circumstances surrounding your situation. We have Ten of Wands and Eight of Swords. So I feel like the guidance here is that if there's more happiness than sadness in a situation, then you are on the right path. But if there's more fear, suffering, or pain in that situation, then you already know that this is not the right path for you. Okay. Waiting and patience is a virtue, most definitely. But you have to ask yourself what it is that you're waiting for. Is it worth waiting for as well? So with Eight of Swords, time to reassess and reevaluate. This Ten of Wands, I also feel like for some of you, this card speaks of doing something extreme, Virgo. You may have extremely exerted and extended your hand. And I feel like that's why you're waiting for, the outcome, reciprocity, right? After already putting so much effort. Now, the guidance is to avoid the inevitable building up of resentment if this keeps going in this direction, is for you to shift your focus back on yourself. The 10 of Wands. You have already been giving for the sake of this person and other people. It's time to focus on you. Okay? Fool card is reconnecting with activities that you love, people that can uplift you, your family and your friends. If this situation has you overthinking, try to get outside of your mind. Okay? So, hopes and fears. What could you be holding on to? Daughter of Swords. So I feel like you're going to think things through. It's not something that you need to rush making a decision. Right? But it also feels like if it's already being dragged for too long, listen to what your intuition has to say. Daughter of Swords is a student of life. Very discerning, very rational. Okay, you have to see the bigger picture. You have to weigh pros and cons, is what this card is saying. I also feel like if you have already ended things, for some of you, this may not be for all. Somebody's still keeping tabs on you. Somebody's still working their magic in the background, but there's fear of taking a risk, taking action. They've been wanting to send you out that message, Virgo, but they're lacking the confidence, is what I'm seeing. So they would just want to be in the background of your life. Okay, you could be in a much better place right now. For some of you, the Fool and the 9 of Pentacles. You're working on yourself, your work, your financial situation. You could also be traveling, moving somewhere. And I feel like this person has been just observing you, thinking a lot about you. I see a lot of travel cards here, by the way. World, the Chariot, and the 8 of Wands. This could also be a long distance relationship. And perhaps the Fool card is about moving towards the next stage, moving in together, seeing each other, meeting halfway, whatever the case may be. All right, so final outcome is 6 of Pentacles. Okay, so it's saying here it's about putting effort in. I feel like it's reciprocity. You might actually be giving this a time frame, Virgo. Like if things don't improve, I should be able to, take action towards this and not be complacent about this. But for some of you, it can also mean that, you're going to focus on things that will yield in fruition, things that are going to reciprocate. People in your life that, mirror your energy. Because this feels like it's not yielding in fruition, okay? Just yet. You don't want to stay in a connection that just gives you crumbs, if that makes sense. Okay, so I feel like you're going to make a decision. It's a fork in a road, and you alone are going to make that decision. But like I said, consider if there's more happiness, more joy, if you feel more free, if you don't feel restricted or confined, then trust that feeling, because the energy doesn't lie at the end of the day. Let's clarify some of the cards here. This is the Chakra Wisdom Oracle cards. Why is the Fool card here, please? We have the Vanity card. Somebody's a little bit vain, okay? Somebody here seeks comfort from material things, or this can also mean chasing things that could be superficial. It's not really their authentic self, Virgo. And I feel like you're seeing that, you're realizing that, and you're staying away from that. That's the kind of energy that you don't like, okay? Why is the Magician card here, please? We have the Dissipating. So for some of you, it's just a feeling of, I've been waiting long enough though. I feel like I'm letting my life be put on a halt just to wait for this person. And what am I getting out in the end? So like I said, you and you alone know if it's time to hang the towel. Why is the 7 of Pentacles here, please? We have the Recovery card. So for me, the Recovery card speaks of your healing process. Okay, it also feels like you have felt very drained after working hard for this relationship. And so give your heart that much needed break and rest. Why is the World card here, please? We have the Guilt card. So once you end things, I feel like this person starts to feel guilty, or is already going through that for some of you, but it's just watching you. There's a sense of dissipating in the background. Let's see. Why is the guilt card here, please? Rejection. Okay, rejection here is saying that you're just going to reject this dynamic. You're going to reject what is being offered to you because you feel like you deserve so much more. For some of you, you might be the one who feels rejected by this person. Okay, because they didn't appreciate the effort. You felt like your efforts were not noticed. Why is the Six of Pentacles here? Let's see. The completion card. So it feels like there's going to be a natural ending here after all. There's a completion of a chapter. Something is inevitably coming to an end. You're also going to let go of any low vibrational emotions and attachment that still connects you from the past as you heal. I feel like this is no longer your reality, but it lives in the mind because it's a feeling of you still want to see reciprocity. Perhaps you miss who you were in that situation. You missed working hard for something, but it's saying that with the Fool card, now is the time for you to receive the blessing that are coming in. Okay, you need to live your life fullest and shift your focus back to self. For some of you, that's healing this connection. This is not going to be for all, but for just a minimal Virgos here. I feel the completion card is saying an ending of a chapter as you begin a new one. Okay. It could also be an admission of guilt. Somebody now is starting to regret their actions here or lack thereof. What is your advice for Virgo, please, going through this situation? What is your advice for Virgo going through this situation? We have regret. I know that I cannot change the past. So somebody definitely feels guilty and regretting. All right, so let's see what this card has to say as advice. This can also go out for the person involved, okay? The soul doesn't know time. Time is a construct of the physical dimension. To your soul, there's only one big now. Think of the past as the now that has already been created, and the future as the now that has yet to be created. You don't have the power to uncreate the past, so let that go. Your power of creation lies in your awareness of the present. You have the power to not only create your future, but also create acceptance of your past. You should realize that you are the total summation of every single experience you have had. These experiences have helped shape you into the person you are today. Train yourself not to judge past events as good or bad, but as opportunities. What have you learned from the past that will help enrich your future? Focusing on the past and letting it dictate the direction of your future is taking your power away from yourself. You are the creator. You hold the power. Reflect on the lessons of the past and use your current power to create your bright future. So that is a powerful reading, Virgo. I hope that this reading resonates for you. Please let me know in the comment section. And thank you for watching till the end. I'm sending you love and light, and namaste.